Good afternoon. This is Rhonda from Rhonda's Close to My Heart Paper Divas on Facebook. My website is paperdivas.ctmh.com. If you'd like to shop any of the products we're using today, I will list everything I use in the description. Today I just want to make a card with you using the February stamp of the month. It's just so pretty, and I love this card. I made it for my upcoming workshop, and I thought I would share it with you today. First, I'll go out over the products that I used. Here's the card. Isn't that pretty? And then here is the stamp set. Now, in case you didn't know, our stamp of the month is free with a $50 order if you're a VIP. Then you can add on the thin cuts, which they also give you a discount on. If you're not a VIP and you're just a customer, then you can purchase this set outright for the whatever the price is. The stamp set alone would be $19.95, and then the with the thin cuts, it would be, let's see, $36.95 with the stamp and thin cuts. That's the original value of it if they were just selling it outright. You spend $50 and you can purchase the set for $21.95, so that's a $15 savings. And then, like I said, if you are a VIP, you get the $5 free, and so it's only $16.95 for the set. The stamp of the months are always on the last 2 pages of each 2-month catalog. The very last page will have our cardstock and ink colors, and then the page right in front of that is the stamp of the month for January and February in this book. Now, the other products that I've used today, and I'm going to show you very small little pieces. This right here with this little bit of a ornate design is from our Sweet Memories, and the piece of cardstock that is closer up is this one right here. It's in periwinkle. Then the next piece I use that's right next to it is just our royal cardstock. And then we have, and I used royal cardstock on this frame too, which I'll show you in just a second. This piece back here is from our current mix-in pack. That's going to be on page 27 of our book. The mix-ins are always to coordinate with the 2 collections in each catalog. And I'm using this striped right here. It's a really pretty distressed periwinkle stripe. That's what I used for my background base. And then this little section right here, I can show you a little bit better, is this one. This is also from the mix-in, and it's this piece down here. Mix-ins, you get 6 sheets of paper. So you have 1, this is front and back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And they're really pretty. I always buy 2 packs of the mix-ins right off the bat because I know I'm going to use them. They're just beautiful on their own or with the coordinating products in the book. The other product I use out of this catalog is the postage frame, which is right here. We've had a hard time keeping these in stock. They've been very popular. They're coming in again for the 3rd time sometime this month, and all 3 of these are out of stock at the moment. At least they were yesterday. And this is the one right here. It's a 3x3 postage frame thin cut. Now the 3x3 portion is this inside portion. I also have this little zip strip here, which comes off of one of the Sweet Memories papers that I already showed you. It's really pretty. I think I'll just show it to you again because it's so pretty. I haven't started playing with the Sweet Memories collection yet, and I'm looking really forward to it. I really got to get my brain wrapped around this one. So that zip strip is not from that. That must be from one of the mix-ins. Well, that's weird. Now I don't know where that came from. It wasn't from there, and it's not from the mix-ins. Okay, that must be one from the last mix-in. I was kind of mix and matching them up. So anyway, simple card I'm going to make today. We're going to do a little bit of watercoloring with our stamp pad. So the colors used in here are Sage, Royal, and Black. And the first thing we're going to do is color our floral piece. Now there's several different florals in here, as you can see, but I chose to use the bouquet. Now the way I like to color these to give a really soft look is simply by using the ink pad. Now, you don't want to dip water into your ink pad, so all you're going to do is squeeze together your ink pad, and that will give you some ink on the palette portion of this. Then I'm going to use one of our water brushes, and I'm just going to pick up ink like that. I'm going to get a little scratch piece of paper out here so that I can make sure I have the right amount of color. I like to use this all-purpose mat just in case I mess up. Now I'm going to start from the inside so the color will be darker. Make sure you can see what I'm doing there. Yep. And I'm just going to go out. Like so. So I hope you're enjoying this day today. It's February. It's about 40 degrees in Michigan. I live in mid-Michigan, and the sun is out. I had to close my blind to do this video. It's beautiful out. I went to the grocery store earlier, and it was only 28. I was freezing. I thought it was a little bit warmer, but I guess in February you cannot complain about 40 degrees, or even 28 for that matter. January is usually our coldest month, but February sometimes can be cold too. You just never know. So this is a really simple way to get a watercolor look by using these water brushes. Now you can use a regular paintbrush too if you don't have a water brush. And then you know, just dip it in water. I would just make sure you keep dabbing off on the paper so you don't get too much water. Sometimes you have to do that with these also. You have to dab it off a little bit or too much water comes out. And so basically, this is all I did to color this. My last video I did, if you watched it, I accidentally hit my camera holder and half of my video was sideways. I kept it like that because I'm just not doing any editing right now. It just takes too long for me and I'm just struggling with it, so I just haven't been doing any more editing. I'm sure that I will get back into it at some point, but I figure that everybody needs to see, you know, real life videos sometimes, you know, and see that everybody's human and everybody makes mistakes. And in that video that was kind of sideways, it didn't really keep you from seeing what I was doing. So I just chose to use it. Now I want this one a little bit darker. You know how buds are always a little bit darker in color because they haven't opened back up yet. so I'm going to do that. Oh, there's one more down here. Let's get this done real quick. I don't want to take too much time to make a card, but I have all the pieces cut, and I'm just going to put it together with you. That's all I'm going to do. I just thought this card was so pretty. I've already seen many pretty cards using this stamp set. These are violets, in case you didn't know. Okay, so now we have the flower part colored. Excuse me a second, I wanted some paper towel and I don't know what I did with it. So, I'm going to grab, I have this baggie under my desk and it's got some dried up baby wipes, and so I'm just going to get this out of here. You don't want to add water to your ink pad, so you always want to kind of wipe up that excess. And then also, I'm going to use the same water brush. You want to clean your water brush, get all that purple off of there, because I'm going to color green now. So that was that. Now we are going to do the same thing and just squeeze this really good. Get some nice ink. It doesn't look like there's a lot of ink there, but there really is. I think before I get too much water in there, I'm going to give this one another good squeeze. There we go. Now, I've been thinking about trying YouTube's live videos. I haven't tried it yet, but I thought about doing that so that you will actually see me live, and you could comment that way on my live video. I have another friend maker that does them live, and she, you know, adds the link into her private group on Facebook so that, you know, they can watch her doing it live and comment and all that. I usually watch her replays. And she's another one of them that just choose to do live videos, mistakes and all, so that she doesn't have to spend the time of editing, because it is for me, it just seems like a very long process. And I kind of want to do the video and get it posted, so I want to put some darker ink down this. Now, I stamped these with the intense black ink so that the water wouldn't run. So, that is all there is to that. Wasn't that easy? What is your preferred way to color an image? So many different things you can use, markers, of course, watercolor, pencils, crayons, but I really like this way. I think it's very unique, and you get it all done at one time. So there's that. Now we are going to assemble our card. I am using our White Daisy cards and envelope value pack. They come pre-scored. I believe they're a 65-pound weight, which is kind of thin, but I always have layers on top, and then I always put a layer inside to kind of give it some strength on the inside. This is our new Close to My Heart tape runner. It's really nice, and you can get refills for it. It's kind of noisy, but I really like it. So this, I just left that little 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. Next piece is this green sage. I'm not doing any inking, on the edges of my papers. I wanted to leave this really bright. I wanted the colors to be bright instead of having a distressed look. Now I just want to see how far over I went with this piece from the edge. Looks like, whoops, let's do this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's just be quick and say we're 1/16 away from the 1/2 inch. So 1/16 inch away from the 1/2 inch would be right there. So we're going to put this, and these are going to go all the way down to the 5.5 mark. So from top to bottom, or not 5.5, 4 1/4. This piece here is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is 1 1/2 by 4 1/4. Okay, then we have these two little pieces right here. I'm going to turn them both over at the same time. You can see which is the good side because, the back sides are always frayed a little bit. And I'm just going to tape them both at one time. That way I don't waste a bunch of tape. First, this one goes on. And same thing, these are a 1/16 of an inch by 4 1/4. Just butt them right up to each other, like so. Next piece we're going to put on is our frame. Now, there's this inside white piece. I tried just cutting that, but the inside of this frame, these little corners are they're rounded just ever so lightly, and I just couldn't get the right fit that I wanted. Now this is going to go over about 1, 2, 3/8 from here. We'll go down here. 1, 2, 3/8. About right there. I think you can just kind of eyeball this. I don't think it has to be exact. How about right there? And then the white piece, then we got this little piece right here, the zip strip. I cut this a little tiny bit too short. So I'm going to butt it up to this side because this other side is, oops, I can't put that on yet. Let's just stick that there. We have our little white piece. So I just went ahead and I cut, because I'm doing this for a workshop, I cut a whole bunch of white frames. And so now I have this white inside. I do have all these frames left over, but I think that I have a plan for a really cute layout using these frames. And then I'll have all the purples for the insides if I want to use them. I chose to use the Sending You Love on the outside of this. I thought that was a really pretty sentiment. So I'm going to use an appropriate size of stamp. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this in here and put this on here just so that I can see where I want that to go. I'm just going to use regular black ink for this. The stamp's already been used and seasoned. I'm just going to do one little trial just to make sure I have it inked up good. Well, maybe 2 trials. All right. And we're just going to put this right about, see, that's going to go over here. There. Let that soak in for just a second. There. Now the reason why I didn't want to put that down, boy, that's a nice inker there, is if I boo-booed, then I could turn the piece over. But I didn't boo-boo. So we will put some ink on this. I mean some tape. I'm a taper around the outside edges. How do you tape? Do you put, I see some people just go zip, 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 and just don't put much tape on it at all, or they just do a stripe that way. How do you tape? Are you a, let's use a half of tape runner on every card, or are you very frugal with your tape? I think I like to, I use a lot more tape on my cards than I do my scrapbook layouts, because my scrapbook layouts are for me, and they're going in a page protector, so I don't have to worry about things falling off. But when you make a card, you know, you're going to send it to somebody. What if it falls off in the mail? I've had to put cards together before that I've received in the mail because they simply just did not put enough tape on them. And so I usually use quite a bit of tape on my cards. Now these squares are from our shaker frames. You get 5 of these in a pack. It has your outline for your shaker, and then the inside is all filled with these little extra squares that you can use. On something like this, I want it to be really stable. So I'm going to make sure I have a lot of tape on there, and I think that looks good. You know, I'm thinking I need just one more right here. You know, this card would make a really cute shaker. I never thought about that until just now. This exact card would be a cute shaker. Okay, now the other thing I did was I put this cute little bow on there, and I'm going to do that. Now I didn't measure how much I needed, but I don't think I need much. This is a really old package of tape that we used to sell, and I always really liked it. The color is, what is the color? Now you can see I cut this leaf out right here, and the reason I did that is because I messed it up somehow. I don't remember how, but I messed it up, and I thought, you know what, I don't even need that leaf, but I'm going to try to leave it on, and I'm just going to do a little bow around the stem. I thought it was just a cute little added touch. So the sun's out so nicely. I wish I had sun in my front yard. My house faces the north, so I don't get much sun out there, because if it were nice and sunny out there, I'd go take my Christmas lights off my bushes. I may still. It looks pretty nice out. I'll wait a little while until the sun comes out that way a little bit. So I'm not an expert bow tyer, but you get the idea here. You just got to mess with it. I'm going to just cut off a chunk of that. And once I get the flower on the card, then I will play with that bow just a little bit more. But I thought the bow was cute. the color doesn't match exactly the purple, but I think it's close enough, and it's got the white in it, so I don't think that it really mattered a ton. And it's nice to use up some old stuff, if you know what I mean. I'm going to use something else really old when I get this flower on here for you. And these are really super old, but I thought they matched perfect. Everybody likes to go stash diving, right? And I have so much bling. I am a sucker for bling. A real sucker for bling. Okay, this is going to go right on here. Like that. And then, you know, we'll mess with that bow later. And then the other thing is these right here. Enamel and glitter duos. Purple hearts. And what we got in here are all these glitter hearts and then some plain ones. And I played around with them, and I thought that this heart right here matched the best. So on this one, I'm going to take one of the bigger hearts because I want to save more for my girls at my workshop to choose what size they want there. And look at that, folks. That card is done. Now I'm going to put this on the inside of this card. I always like to put a piece of cardstock on the inside of my card. I will also stamp a floral out of this, probably just one of the single flowers right up here, so that I have something pretty on the inside. And then the stamps I chose to do on the inside are either from A Million Little Things, which is really old. There's some really pretty sayings. Friendship isn't one big thing, it's a million little things. And there are always flowers for those who want to see them. I really, really like that one. And then this other one here, Flowers Are Like Friends. This one's not so old, it may still be available. Flowers are like friends, they bring color to your world. Or your friendship means the world to me. So I haven't quite decided which one I want to use, but this piece of paper matches this. I think I might turn it to the light side, so that'll go on the inside. And that is my card, folks. I hope you like it. I think it's really pretty. I love everything about it, actually. The purple and green just look so nice together, I think. So if you liked the content of this video, I'd really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would do that. And give me a comment. Let me know, what kind of coloring do you like to do and how do you tape? And I just thought of one last thing. I'm going to take my Honey Butter, there it is, Honey Butter Shimmer Brush, and I'm going to put just a little tiny bit of shimmer in the center of these. I got to squirt a little out. Ooh, that was a little too much. So I'm just going to put a little dab in those two flowers in the center, so they'll have a little shimmery center to them. Now I'm done. I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Bye-bye.